Hi, dear students. Welcome to the virtual learning. Today, we are going to close up the second lesson, the natural realms of the Earth. We have said that Earth is made up of four parts: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. And we have said that lithosphere is a area where the rock is found. Then hydrosphere is the area where water is found. And atmosphere is something that is actually unseen, but that is so precious to the earth. And then we have the last, but not the least, that is biosphere, where life is found. Now we come to lithosphere. The lithosphere is about the land where we live upon, and this has three orders. First order is land and water, where land and water are major things that actually are found. And then we have second order landforms that are mountains, plains, and plateaus. Because when we come to the first order, land and water, water comes under hydrosphere and land comes under lithosphere. So, lithosphere has two, three major divisions: mountains, plains, and plateaus. And then when you come to jigsaw puzzle, what is jigsaw puzzle? And moving up plates. So, the land that we have is actually divided into some plates, and then the plates are actually on water, which actually move from one place to another place, and then they float not on water, actually, simply speaking, but then they are moving on the mantle. So, these plates move so slowly from one place to another place, so much so that we even do not know. And when this mantle on which these plates are moving is so weird because we do not know what exact it is, in shape or in manner. So, these plates which move from place to place, when they come in contact with the another plate, then the moving plate actually would submerge itself under it, under the contacting plate. So there is a collision, and sometimes there can be a great eruption. So in the same way we have in India Gondwana and Eurasia. So simple example for this is, in the beginning there was no Himalayans. There were no Himalayans, but there was a great sea called Tethys. But when this Gondwana and Eurasia came in contact, then the land near Tethys Sea was forced, and because of the so much of pressure that it got, it was raised. And the another greatest thing or interesting thing is that the land changes because of volcanoes and earthquakes. They are the immediate cause. And there was something called slow process, that is wind and water, and also the glaciers. Yes, because of volcano we have in a different type of land formation. Like when there is a great magma within the volcano comes out, then that magma changes to be lava, and there is a new layer of land that is produced because of lava. So that lava can be used as a land for agriculture certain times, and it may not be possible certain times to use it. And because of volcano, we have two types of landforms. One is external landform, the other one is a intrusive landform. External force, because if the volcano comes out, then we have outside land made by lava, that is external land. But then there is something called internal, intrusive. What is it? Because so much so that the force that the volcano is getting to come out from the weak parts of the ground. So certain times the weak parts may be strong, some places where it seems to be weak. So the lava tries to come from weak parts, and after traveling for a certain time or certain distance, then the lava finds that the land is actually strong. It tries to push out. So there could be a bulge out from the land where lava was trying to come out. So that is called internal force that is making the land different. Then we have something called volcanoes in the Pacific Ring. It means most of the active volcanoes in the world are actually found in the Pacific Rim, because here there are constant eruptions and constant volcano coming out. And, and in the beginning I said that there is something called a third order landform, like landform by wind, landform by water, or landform by glaciers. Because when water moves from one place to another place, certain times it may be going through rocks or land. If it is land, then it tries to cut the land from one place and takes and puts in some another place. So this also can come under external process. An external process actually has four types: weathering, erosion, transportation, and disputation. So in the weathering, because of the continuous heat, the rock could become weaker and it breaks. Then erosion, the water cuts the land and takes it. So when the water comes over the weakened part of the rock, then it cuts and takes, and the taking process called as transportation. And it takes, and where when the water flow is slow, it cannot carry it, so it keeps down where the speed reduces. That is called deposition. So like this, there can be different places. There can be different ways that land is formed. So the another way is wind. In the desert, especially, wind plays the major role. So because of the great wind, the sand dunes or sand plays from one place to another place and moves, and they are actually placed in different ways and carried from one place to the other place. So while this process happens, the rocks nearby are actually comes in contact with the sand, the carrying sand or sand particles by the wind. Certain times where the sand is moving, the parts of the rocks are actually cut down or smoothened and used by this wind. So the another way is glaciers. Glacier come from one place to another place. So when they start, actually, they are very bulk in their shape. But as that continues and comes, it brings all the material, all the pebbles that are on its way. And because of these glaciers, certain times a great valleys are formed in V shape. And the last thing that is when this glacier melts down, then the particles, the things that it carried from beginning, it no more carries them. So what happens? It tries to put them down. So like that, a great layer is made by the glacier. It can be pebbles or what so. And then hum- the vegetation and human beings. We human beings also actually cause different types of landforms because of vegetation or because of any human activities.